Hey, hello everyone. I hope the stream is on. First, let me prepare my mobile here so I can see the chat. I know I could probably make the chat window like always on top or something. Okay, I want to move the volume down and I want the quality to be as low as possible. Oh, and internet is down. I think there will be no streaming today from what it looks like. Oh, do we get some upload speed? Hang on, this is not working out. Okay, what about now? Is it better? Oh, it is better now. So the solution I had in mind was not a good idea because YouTube, I mean my internet right now doesn't like it if I upload and download at the same time. Apparently. So hang on, let me lower the bitrate. That will decrease the stream quality, but it will keep it constant. So the quality will not go up and down from high to low. It will just stay at medium. So how do I view the live chat now? If I type here test and I do this, then the bitrate goes down to 0. Okay, I think I will have to check the chat manually because I don't have the internet right now. It's a little bit not optimal, so I will have to manually check the chat instead. But let's hope that's okay. Let's do open pop-up, and let's do the live chat like here, right? And this I can close so it doesn't take away from my bandwidth, and I can put Notepad++ on the other side like so. So whenever I'm doing something here, I can see the live chat. So at least we will have that, right? So now all that is left to do is to go back to the link that I closed. Go back to the live stream and share the link. Yeah, I can hear the music twice, so that's good. So let's share the link and let's get started. Okay, let's also fix my microphone, and here we go. Stream start, no, not stream start, stream CRPL 3 and then a link. So, what will be the stream about? As you can see from the thumbnail, that I will hopefully see shortly. Yes, I will try to do something like this in CRPL 3. Now what this is that you take, it is a visual programming style if you want, and how it works is you take different blocks and you join them together. So for example, you can have one block that pushes a constant on the stack, and then another block that takes value from the stack and saves it into a variable, and then you join them together and you have two blocks together that put a constant in a variable. So let me leave this mission and let's start. Visual programming. Now this will be completely insane. So let's get started. So first I will need an empty image in both of these slots. I mean a white square image. So I have one ready somewhere close by. In particle fleet, I believe I have one empty square. Perfect. So let's load the empty square to both of these slots. I think I will use the pixel perfect one, but let's load it to both of them just to be sure. So I want, yes, images, particle fleet, and then white square. Yeah, this. Perfect. Save the map and let's get to it. So the main script, let's name it Visual Console, for example. And as I said, this will be complete madness. So first, let's set up the image so it will be custom 0 pixel perfect. And then, oh, I have to have this always on top so I can see the chat. Nice. So where to even start with this? So I guess init images. So first let's start by removing all images and then creating a background, right? So self background. Also let's get rid of the main image because I don't want it. So self main none, set image, right? Well, I could use main as background, but let's use separate image for background. So background will be this image, color will be, let's say, white. So that will be like so. Set image color. Now for the size, now this is where it gets interesting. Let's try something big. So maybe 15 by 9. Set image scale. Again, background. And for position, let's go with the default 0, 0. Now for Z, I want all the other images to be on top of the background, so it would be nice to have the background already in the background. So let's try 0.05. Set image position. So let's call this from awake because why not? And in one's block, let's call the awake function. Awake. So I call awake here, that just calls this, that does this. So why don't I put it here directly? I don't know, this is just how I'm used to do it. Oh, someone is writing me. Hang on, I will just reply to Yam here. Now it is still let's choose the player and choose not. Yeah, because that's just another map, and if I started talking about other maps I would never get anywhere. So compile all, successfully compiled, perfect. So let's build the CRPL core here and let's add the console to it. Now what can go wrong? Nothing. We got a nice square here. Now the question is, do I want this to be in screen mode or not? Well, I want the player to be able to move around the schematic. So I guess that would imply to not have it on screen mode because you can move around easily. But I also want to I want it to be possible for the schematic to be of arbitrary size. So that means I will probably need a custom listener for moving a mouse. I mean this will be very advanced. So, but later I will want tabs, so you can click different tabs on top, and if you move, only the inner schematic moves and the tabs stay where they are. And that definitely means that I will need to use screen mode, and I will need a custom listener for moving around. So that means set screen mode with just one, right? And let's place it at the center of the screen. So 0.5, 0.5. Now this is where set screen set screen chords. Yes, this is where this is good, because the core will stay at half of the screen regardless of the screen size. So this is the one case where this system is better than the absolute code. Enable TV automate and wait. Yes, thank you. And emitter then ISO then make a number for rainmakers that I want to keep. Okay, so did the screen mode work? Let's try it. Unpause and perfect. Now, I would almost forget. Yeah, I need to copy paste all the usual stuff. Oh, supposed to see this. Okay. Yeah, all the usual stuff. Hang on, I need this will do. Yeah, just the stuff, right? So create but take map space no, and the rest leave it at no as well. Perfect. This will be one hell of a manager call. Let's just say that. Okay, well the image is too small. I want it bigger. So let's do, I mean this is the background, so it can be as big as it wants, right? I mean that's the question. Do I want like an actual game on the background that you can call the commands on, or do I want just the console? That you will just have commands like read variable, save variable, and nothing like create emitter and so on. Well, I guess so. Not there's no reason to think about that now. Let's go 40 by 30. I don't know. Compile all, unpause. Now that's better. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to have different blocks, right? One block, second block, third block, fifth block. Those blocks would be connected, and when we execute the program, one block at a time would be executed, and it would be basically one block equals one CRPL command, right? So how on earth would I do that? Well, good question. Let's start by just having 3 simple blocks, let's say. One that it pushes something on a stack, and one that adds the top 2 things on the stack. So how on earth would I even do that? Now CRPL doesn't really have references, so each block needs to remember what is the next block, right? So I will need something like a block ID, and for that I will need something like block registry. So do I want the block registry to be a list or just done via a variable name? I think via a variable name. So I will need a block create and block destroy maybe. I have no idea how this will work whatsoever. Maybe I should have planned ahead of time, but I'm not very good with planning ahead of time. So block create. Yes, I will need something like a block count. Now this will become important. When in the code, when a player writes into a variable, do I actually want to write into that variable, or do I want to separate it completely? I guess I will separate it completely. I will secretly put a prefix so that the user cannot mess with the variables of the console, right? It would be funny to make a command that could mess with the variables, but no, let's just start simple. So I can use basically any variable I want. So this will be called block counter. So if I want to create a block, the ID will be just block counter. One add into block counter, and then block counter will be the ID. So what will be the block then? Well, it will be the ID of the block. It will be the command that is in the block. Now certain blocks can have additional arguments, like for example, write into a variable can have the variable name in it. Or I could just use only reference write instead and delete it. No, let's do it properly. Wait, is there any other command? Yes, calling a function also has a variable. I mean the function name in it. So I will want that, and of course creating a constant. That there's no other way to do it than to add some way for the blocks to have some data on them. Because otherwise you really cannot make a put constant on the stack block or command, because as I said, one block equals one command basically. So what next? Yeah, so those are three things so far, and then the block needs to remember the next block after it. Now this will be a little bit different with branching blocks, because those will have two next blocks depending on the branching condition, but let's not worry about branching so far. So maybe this shouldn't be all caps. Let's call it just block counter like this, because all caps will be reserved for indexes. So I can do this, right? So I can say init indexes, and it will be 0 into block ID, 1 into block command, 2 into block data, and finally 3 into block next. And I can reserve for into block alt, stands for alternative, and alternative next reserve for branching. So when I create a block, so create list starting size, and that will be saved into BC block. Now I set all the variables into it. Oh, that's a good question. Should this function receive basically these two things? Yeah, I guess so. So it will receive the command and data, and it will return the block, right? So the command will be, so let's save into BC data and save into BC comma. Now we increase the block counter, that's fine, create the starting size, and then we feed everything into the block. Starting with this. So block ID. Oh, so this is the list, this is the index. Now comes the data, which is the current block counter, and then set list element. And yeah, just do it like this. For the command we will use this. So set list element. Oh, I forgot about one thing, and that is block text. Now this will be the text bind ID. Now unfortunately you cannot put more than one text on a course, so I will need to have different cores with text on them. So each block will have how do you call it? A designated core that will just have text on it. The name of the block and things like that. Also, I no, the image is fine because I can use the block ID to identify the image. Right? Yeah, sure. Let's see how that works. So BC block. Then let's set the data. The data will be BC data. Set list element. Now we can ignore the next and alternative next links for now, and let's set the text instead. So as I said, for that I will need a text bind script. Now I have one ready somewhere in particle fleet, I believe. So let's go to particle fleet. I mean, it's in CRPL, but it should be easy to remember. So which one has the latest version? Dota 2 maybe? I know this one has a text binds. It was 2018. Okay, that's good. Better than I expected. Because it was like over a year ago since I wrote it, so this is at least some improved version since then. So you will see how the text bind works shortly. So let's go into Digitalis. No, I completely forgot what I'm working on. Oh yeah, visual programming. There we go. So let's paste the the text bind. Change the extension. Okay, I am genuinely interested if I can just click compile here and it will work. So hang on, edit map scripts. Compile. Oh, doesn't work. Unit is destroyed. Doesn't. Oh, too bad. Okay, let's change it then. Let's fix it for CRPL. Oh, this is missing. Okay. So how does this work? Well, you set the core from which this text bind is set. Now this is for the case that if the core gets destroyed, the text bind should get destroyed as well. So that's fine. This is the position of the text. I believe this is in absolute coordinates relative to the game or the screen. Depending on if this is in screen mode or not. This is the color of the text. This is, honestly don't know what this is and needs update. That's it updates automatically, but if you need to update it more quicker, you can set this variable here. So what do we have here? Oh, this definitely needs, yeah, like I mean this can go away, and I need to copy paste this. Oh, this one of course will get operate while false, so that can go here, and all of this will get here. Now I also put like screen mode here. Now this will be 0 by default, but it will be set to 1 always in this script. So it already has operate while false. So let's set screen mode, set screen mode, and then 0 0. Alright, so if we are in screen mode, then 0 0. Oh, okay, there we go. 0 0 set screen ports, otherwise just normal 0 0. Now hang on, self. Well, this needs, hang on, how do I want this to work? Do I want to set the absolute position of the text completely manually from the Visual Console? Now that would be some work. Is there a better way? The text could be set relative to the what am I even saying? I'm really interested to know what is the difference between the pivot and just set text X and set text by. I mean, what is the difference? I want to know. Let's open this on the wiki, and let's open this on the wiki. I did. Doesn't exist. What? Oh, maybe it's just a PRPL thing. Unit is destroyed. Okay, let's fix that first. Well, in CRPL it just is destroyed. Okay. So let's do that. Then compile all. What is destroyed? What? Then how do you check if unit is destroyed or not? Exist this unit? Destroyed? How on earth do you check if a unit is destroyed or not? What the? There we go, problem solved. That will check if it is destroyed or not. How player can do that? Just click. enable disable modifiable. Mouse over would be nice. I will do it. Okay. So back to business. Destroy unit. Alright, it's just destroy, right? So let's just continue fixing this. Compile. Oh yeah, set pivot x doesn't exist. So it's not on the and it's not on the CRPL wiki either. Okay, I'm completely lost. I have no idea what the pivot is and I have no idea what it does. Well, never mind. Okay, let's just do this then. Or you know what, since I'm lazy, then what is this for then? Oh, it just adds them together. Okay, so here I will do something different, right? Screen mode if, else, and if. So this can actually go away. So if this is in screen, I mean this I want to do if this is not in screen mode. If this is in screen mode, then I want to do that. Again, I apologize. I'm just really confused. I need to fix this to work. I mean, I could make this to work just for this map, but I want it to work like in general. So this will take a little bit, but constant pixel chord x 0 set unit attribute. We also self main none set image. Hang on, I got a notification on my mobile. Let's see what it is. And it's just random spam. Okay, no problem. So I'm getting somewhere. So if it's not in screen mode, then I set pixel chord x and y to 0, 0. And if it is in screen mode, then I do something else, right? So text x and text y can just be copy pasted. On the other hand, set unit, no, just set screen chords, and this will be the one line this will be the one line that I will say, okay, this can just stay how it is. Okay, so Visual Console, back to block create. Now I will need to create the text bind script, right? So 0, 0, I think the name of the unit is first. Come on. Create unit. Unit name and coordinates, right? So that will go into BC text. That's right. So BC text textbind.crpl add script to unit. And then let's set all the parameters, all of them. Okay, so text bind core ID will be self, set script var, and then let's like copy paste it a bunch. So text to show, well, that's a good thing to know. Well, let's just say command for now. Yeah, let's just leave it at command for now. We can change it later. So text X and text Y. Well, that will depend on the position of the block. So these two will change in the function that changes the block position. So no need to set it now. Screen mode, that will go to 1 because we want to have screen mode. Now what's next? Color, I can keep it white for now. Text alignment, middle center, that's good, needs update 1. Oh, so that was easy. Easier than I expected. So now I can go BC block, block text. Oh, I need 6, great, we start. And BC text, that is on it. Now the text bind script is saved in the block and can be easily changed when we position the block. So when we destroy the block, we want to destroy the text bind, right? Because the text bind will not destroy itself. I mean, it will destroy itself if you destroy the entire console, but not if you... No, we can just leave it on. Yeah, let's just do this because when... So block text, get list element, and then 0 destroy. Yeah. So when we destroy a block, we want to just destroy the, how do you call it, the text bind, and we want to destroy the image. Now, how will the image be called? Now I could probably do something like block and then the ID of the block. So everywhere where I need to use the image, I would need to write block, then get the ID and then concat. So I might as well save the work, right, and initialize the image here completely. So that will go for block. Oh, I need to do the counter fingers first. So this is the ID of the block, concat, and that will go into BC image. Now self BC image. So the block will look just like a square with just a different color, right? So that will go set image. Now for the color, let's go with I don't know, blue. So red, green, blue. Of course the right, change color based on time. Oh, I want full visibility. Now for the size of the image, let's go, I don't know, 5 by 3. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I also forgot to copy the name. So set image size. Good. So text and then block image. We'll go BC image. So when I'm destroying a block, I want to go self, then BC block image. Well, not BC image, this actually, right? Get list element and then none, set image. So we can create block, we can destroy a block. Ooh. So what now? Now let's oh, now it gets interesting. Well, let's write a new function for positionable. So block move to, or just block move. So this will take block and then x and y. So bm, or just call it bc as well. I mean, you will never call this function from this function or vice versa. So let's just use bc for all of these, because why not? So this save into bcy, save into bcx, and save into bc block. So what next? Well, we need to move the image and we need to move the text. Also, I have no idea whatsoever what units this will be in at all. So let's give it a try. And see what happens. So first we move the text, why not? So block text, no, bc block. Right. Then block text, get list element, and then I will show you something, right? And then textbind.crpl, and what you can do now is type duplicate to, because this is the ID of the car and this is the script name, right? So you just type duplicate to, and then you can type the variable name, which will be text x, and the value, which will be pcx, and then set script bar, right? And then you copy it here. Oh, that's a little bit too much, right? Same for y. And duplicate to, they are still on stack. That's because I will set the needs update variable. Now what the needs update does is it will immediately update the position, because usually it only updates somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds. And this is so it updates immediately. Now what I want to do, if you have just one block and you move it, it updates immediately, but if you like move the entire screen, then the text will like lag behind a little bit. You will see how it looks if I get there today. Probably not, but we can hope, right? So this takes care of the text. Now let's take care of the image. So bc block image, get list element. So this is just the image name, so I need to start with self, right? And then for the position, let's again just use xy. I mean, I probably should multiply this by 8, but let's see what happens. So xy set image position. For z, let's go with 0, set image position. Well, good, we can create a block, we can destroy it, and we can move it. So what can go wrong? Well, let's see. So let's try it then. I have no idea what will happen whatsoever. So the first block will be just create a constant, right? So the command name will be push, the argument will be 5, and block create. I mean, why did I name it block create and not create block? Probably so all the block functions are here next to each other. Block create, and I will save it into push 5. Then push 6. This will, I mean this command here, that's actually a push command with 6 value in it. And now I'm recreating it. This is like the next level. So like, you're down. Do you like PRPL? Because I put PRPL, I mean CRPL in your CRPL. So this goes into push 6. And finally add argument. I mean, can I type null? And I would really like to put null argument, but hey, I can just put 0 because the argument here literally doesn't matter. So block create into, how do you even get null in CRPL? I don't know, I'm too lazy to check. Into add. So we just set the position now. So for the push block, let's go 4x, I don't know, negative 10 and negative 5 maybe. I have no idea what these coordinates mean. Yes, of course, block me. Oh. Okay, so for this, let's go 0 and this will go positive 5. Right, so push 6 and add. And let's see what happens. Probably nothing, but alright. Get unit pixel card. Text bind for the. Well, at least alright, I need to use constant pixel chord X and again pixel chord Y, and here I need to do get unit attribute. Okay, let's see if that works. Hang on, I have a V5 only. You're interested? Oh, so it took me only five versions to get it to a presentable state. No problem. Okay, now let's see what it will complain now. Calling a non-existing function in it. Take the bind. Okay, I did something wrong in the take the bind. So what was it? It calls init, alright, it needs to call array. So now, how about now? Oh, did I type Visual Console instead of Visual Console and only noticed now? Yeah, it seems. Set image size. What? What? Here, set image size. But I was sure. Oh, it set image scale. Okay, if you say so. Okay, 2 scripts compiled, and as I said, nothing happened. Okay, so why does nothing happen? No, seriously, why does nothing happen? Oh, I need to close an on post. Okay, it's doing something. I mean, this is the letter U. I mean, it did create the blue block, so as I said, it's doing something, right? Okay, it seems that the block move function doesn't work well. Maybe the numbers are too small. No, I don't think so. Yeah, let's try to move the X value a little bit as well. So why does this keep minimalizing? I don't understand. So the X value, let's start with -10 and like so. Just to see what happens. Oh, I did see like a blink there. Didn't make much. Now the main problem is that the block is not moving, right? What if I increase this to 6.4? Will it at least increase this? Oh, it just has the letter O. And I'm using push and I'm using add. But there's also 0, so maybe... Oh, I'm using block command instead of BC code. Okay, that's why. Yeah, what about now? Compile all. Okay, the text is too big. So let's decrease the text size by a lot. See what that. Okay, nothing. Why does the text size does not? Okay, whatever. I will solve that later. First, the main problem. The blocks are on top of each other and aren't moving. So that is the number one problem. So what's wrong with the block movement? The block seems to be big enough. PC image is set here. So let's try duplicate tray. Hang on, let me try something. Let's try slightly different colors for the blocks. Let's see if we see some. No, not really. How about this? This should be better. No, that looks too nice. Okay. Yes. Show trace lock. Clear trace. Let's see what the trace lock has to do. What? But I do duplicate trace here. Is this... What the earth is even happening? I mean, it could be that it just outright crashes somewhere, but... hello, trace. World trace. Well, it did happen to me a few times that the... Oh, it's just outright nothing, okay. I think this is the null thing. Huh. But if I do block duplicate trace, now I'm curious. What's in the block? 0? Oh! I mean, I write into a variable on an empty stack. Hang on, I have to complain about. I just spent 5 minutes debugging because there is no warning. Then you write into a variable with empty stack. Can we have this fixed in server 4, please? There we go. Okay, so yeah, let's put return there because why not? Let's not put, let's just do comment return so that I know this isn't a mistake. Okay, so let's ignore that fail didn't happen and let's try again. Okay, so you can see the thing is getting set. Okay, so both the block position and the text position is in pixels, if I'm correct. Wait, why is all this empty? What? PC block? I have no idea what's going on whatsoever. But as I was saying, this is in pixels, so let's multiply everything by 50. And let's see what happens. I mean by time. Okay, so things are getting better. So, let's do like negative 250 here, let's go negative 100. And here let's go positive 50 and these can stay negative 250. Let's see how that works. Okay, not that bad. Except negative 300, negative 200, negative 100. No, I just want something that looks. Oh, hang on. So negative y value means it's down. So positive will mean it's up. Good, that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. So let's get back to the blue color. Right, let's just do 0, 0, 2, 5, 5. Compile. Nice. Now the text is gone for some reason. So first let's set the text color to red so that I can easily see it. So where is the text color? Oh, here it is, question mark. Oh, here it is. So BC text bind.crpl text color red 255. That's correct. Wow. No, wait, I would need to set the other two to 255. So let's set blue to 0 and let's set green to 0 as well, right? And that will make the text red. Right, I can see it. Oh, it's still on the middle. So my bad is that the text is completely fucked up if the core is in scale mode. That's what I'm betting on. Because I know that images get completely fucked up in scale mode as well sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised if text is completely messed up as well. And from what I remember, I need to set screen mode first and then set all the other stuff. But you know, actually, from what I remember, you need to call set screen mode on the same frame that you need to make changes, and you need to call it before you make the changes. At least that's how it works with images, so let's see if that's how it works with text as well. Doesn't seem so. I mean, the text is getting set, but value here not so much, to be honest. So let's try something. Show trace lock, text X, text Y, trace 2. Let's see what this will do. Compile. So it's printing something, but I have no idea. So let's try units and come on. Oh, I cannot grab it. What's going on? Cannot grab the unit on the screen mode? No! Stop! I guess I'll just have to wait for it to like wrap over here to see what's being printed. 0, 0? What? Oh. How is this possible? Block move. Block text. BC text. Is the unit. Text bind CRPL. Duplicate to trace to here and duplicate to trace to here. It should return the same IDs. Let's see. Compile. No, pause. No, it's operate while pause. Edit now. Okay. What? Back. Image. Text image. What? Block map. But those are the image names. On the block text index is the image name for some reason. And they have different thingy. Block text. Hang on, I have to take a link. I guess I can try this, but I honestly have no idea what compile. Edit. So 0,00. I mean, what's wrong with it? No? Okay, whatever. 0. Oh. Okay, let's pretend that this didn't happen. Again, reading from uninitialized variable. Okay. And another 10 minutes. Debugging an error caused by reading from an uninitialized variable. Okay. Let's just calm down, compile all and see what happens. Okay. So the text gets moved. Okay, so all the debugging now needs to go away. So if I'm correct, oh, I am setting the text size after I set the screen. So I need to get rid of all the debugging. So trace 3. Yeah, I mean, I thought the printing of the list was broken somehow. That it only prints the first element from the list or something. Because I don't know, weird stuff can happen. Anyhow, I need to learn how to change the text size. If it's possible. So let's see what the Vic has. Oh, the default is 1. Okay, so let's just try some smaller number then. 0.5, let's see. Okay, well that was it. Okay, let's try 2 then. Okay. Now the push commands need to have the value in them, right? So what the value visible, that would be nice. So let's do that. So for the tag, I want to what again? And we can go back to. Right, we can go back to white tag. And what did I want to do again? Yes, text to show. Well, I wanted to type if PC data, but alright. Well, let's just do it anyway, right? So new line, PC data concat conc. Let's get that. So the PC data will be set always, and that's okay because 0. But I have ace in my sleeve. I figured out how to get the null value, right? So 1 create list starting size 0 get list element, and that will be the null value, I believe. So if I go now get type, okay, whatever. Trace tag, that will give me the unit type, right? Compile all, and the unit type is null. Perfect. So I can then put null in the commands that don't have the attribute or whatever. Okay, let's do this. Add nothing. Push 5, push 6, add, and then nothing. Okay, perfect. Now I want to execute these blocks now. Now, as I said, I will need to link them in a chain, right? But in order to see the result, you need to see the stack. So I need to write a stack display. Oh boy. I mean, I have a stack display in a different project, so let me copy paste it. So it will be in console. So I need to go to particle feet again. So there will be something called console. No, CRPL console, yes. And this will have in it console. Oh, I don't want to open this file. Okay, let's open this file. So here, oh yeah, there is some wiki stuff. Okay, display stack. So let's try with something simple. Question. Do I make a block for the stack? Because think about it, I want background for the stack, block has background. I want text for the stack, well, the block has the text. The user can move blocks around and they could move the stack display around. So, I mean, you cannot, it wouldn't have command, it wouldn't have data, it wouldn't have next block. So just the image and the text, right? Right. But if I make it as a block, then I will need a different image scale. But that's fine, I can set. So, let's make a new function. Create stack block. It will return block, right? So add block create. Okay, so for the data, I mean for the command, let's call it special, because this is a special block that doesn't actually do anything, which will mean that if you try to link something to this block or you try to link something from this block, it will not work, right? So special, and for the data null will be fine. Block create into, and I can use the BC prefix here, that's fine. So what do we need to change? Well, ID is fine, command is fine, data is fine. Next and alternative is nothing, that's fine. Text, now I guess that's fine as well, question mark, yeah, sure. And for image, I need to make it large, right? So I want BC stack, and then what next? Yes, block image get unit, no, get list element. Right, and start with self. And then for the size, let's go, I don't know, 24 by 20, who knows. So finally I want to do set image scale and then return PC stuff. Also the color should change. I mean the color will change based on this, right? But oh, I know, I will have a list of all commands and an easy way to get the type of command from the I'm thinking ahead and I'm thinking about branching commands, and they will be so complicated. I will definitely not get to them in this video, so no need to spend too much time thinking about them now. So let's just keep it simple for now. And it is complicated enough as it is. No need to complicate it even further until we need to. So let's just leave special there and let's just set some nice color here. Let's say yellow, because yellow is nice, right? Maybe with like orange yellow. Set image color. So this should create a nice stack block if I actually call this. Okay, so these are like commands and this will be like built in blocks. Create stack block. We'll go into stack block. Or you know what, the data of the stack block could actually be the saved stack. I mean that would make sense, so let's do that. So for the stack, let's just do create list as data in stack. Makes much more sense. So compile. Ooh. Okay. Well, let's push this a little bit to the left, let's say. So that's x negative 400, let's try. Okay, perfect. So for the text, I want a function called something like set stack text. Very simple, very easy. So for that, let's prepare this the text on stack, which will be called like, oh, I know, something that I need to do as well, like init indexes. Let's do init constants as well. So like so, and then let's do something interesting. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. No. Duplicate concat is 20. Duplicate concat is 40. And then duplicate concat is 80. And the new line concat into text padding, and this will be 80 spaces plus new line for padding. Now you will see what this does shortly, but for now let's not worry about it. So set stack text. Now let's leave the stack text on the stack. I mean the text of the simulated stack on the real stack. This will be fun, really. Hmm. So we start by no. We start by just getting stack. No, we start by getting the text padding, right? That is the reason. So text padding. Now this already has the new line, right? So next I go stack top concat, and then I get the stack block. Something interesting. Get on my Mac. Well, I will be saving the stack in a list, right? The simulated stack will go into a list. Now, what if the 0th element of the simulated stack is actually the top of the stack? I mean, it would be less effective, but this is losing so much effectivity that it would almost not matter. Now I'm thinking where it will be better and where it will be worse. Now when rendering the stack here, it will be worse. And when manipulating, well, I cannot simply use, well, no, I wouldn't be using that. When I will be saving the real stack into a list, I can just call add stack to list. That will make it on top as well. And when I will be retrieving it, I will need to call, I will just read the first element, and then I will need to read the second. That will make it better. Well, let's make the stack have its top at the 0th element out of the stack list, because fine. So stack block. I will need to read the block data, which will be the simulated stack. So get list element. Now duplicate get list count 0, do loop and pop. Now here I do duplicate get list element. Now this will be the actual element. So what do I do with this? Oh, if I'm keeping this on stack, then I cannot be keeping the text on. So this will go into, again, I can use the same prefix, PC text, because I will not be calling this from this or this from that, so it's fine. Get list element. Okay, you know what? Let's not go completely crazy, and let's save it into BC element. Or no, or BC value. So now let's go BC text, and what I need to add to it is a new line, and then BC value. Concat into BC text. Oh, I just got reconnected. Okay. So let's hope the stream is fine. Who knows? I mean, no one is watching anyway, so doesn't really matter. But hey, as long as it's fun, right? So, text padding and stack top concat into text. That's fine. Stack block data get list duplicate get set 0 do loop pop. Duplicate the get list element BC value. Then BC text include concat BC text, and finally I want stack block block text get list element, and then text bind dot CRPL and duplicate to, and then text to show, and then text to show will be set to BC text, and needs update will be set to 1 so that it updates immediately. No, not set text, but set script var. Set script var. Okay, so what will be what will it be doing in the execution? I honestly have no idea. Set stack text maybe. I honestly don't know. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, stack top. Okay, there's the type. Stack top. Stack bottom. Oh, stack top. So there's a 0. Getting there from somewhere. Who knows? Or maybe there's 0 in the text padding. Well, I doubt it. Let's see. Duplicate concat. The new line conc. Okay, let's try it without the text. Now let's see what. Oh, it's just do this, right? Okay, compile. Okay, so the text padding has like 0 in it for some reason. Okay, now this is why I did the 80 things thingy. Okay, let me show you what I did. So here is the text alignment, right? So when I create the stack thingy, create stack block, now this sets the image, right? I also need to set the text. So self BC stack block text get list element, and then text bind.crpl, and then text alignment, and then I want middle left. No. Yes, middle left. Set script var. Now I don't need to set the update thingy because this is on the same frame that it's being created anyway. No, doesn't work. Okay, why doesn't it work? Text alignment. I don't like this. doesn't exist on either wiki. I mean, it's a command. It obviously works, right? Not just. Oh, this is the unit ID, script name, and this is the value that I first need. The variable name, and then the variable value, and then the command. Oh, this is getting crazy. Crazy. Okay, this should work. Come on. Okay, edit map script comp. No! Doesn't work. How? Block tag. Oh, there's a self. Extra self there. But that shouldn't affect it, right? Still doesn't. I want to know why. Where is the proof? Text align. What if I just replace this with clover left? Compile all. This doesn't work. Maybe the text alignment doesn't work in CRPL 3? Or maybe it doesn't work in game mode. So let's set create block green mode to 0. Let's see the difference. And oh, this one actually. Alright, they move with the screen. Well, the text alignment still doesn't work. So do I just not care about the text alignment? Yeah, I guess I just don't care about the text alignment for now. Well, it's a shame though. The text alignment would be nice. Now, what the text alignment does, it let me show you. Right, it makes sure that the two texts will be aligned. So stack top will be like here, from here like only to here, and stack bottom will be like this. But that's fine. Okay, now we can see what's happening in the stack. So here comes the main course, if you will, and that is to actually execute the code. Well, not yet. We need to set the next block, right? Oh, right. You cannot save the block in the block because it wouldn't work, right? I mean, you cannot like this cannot be the list with the other block, because in CRPL you can put list in a list, and you can even eventually put the same list in the list, but it wouldn't work because you need a reference there, and it works as a reference well, but if you save and load the map, it stops working. So that's why you cannot do it, unfortunately. I wish it would work, but it doesn't. So what can you do? Well, you can just save the ID instead, but then you need a way to get the block via the ID. So in order to do that, we need to register the block. Register the block. So how do you do this? Well, you save it in a variable that's named after the block ID. So The variable will be named underscore, block underscore, and then the block ID. Concat. Now the variable name comes second, first comes the block. It will be saved like so. So the goal is that all the blocks will be saved in this variable registry, and when you load the block, you load it from the registry. Now this will this will be problematic with save and load, because as I said, if you save and load, if two variables pointed to the same list, it will instead point to a different list with the same content, so it will like duplicate the blocks. So I will need to make sure that on awake, like all the blocks are reloaded from this registry, because this will be like the, how do you call it, I'm searching for the canonical registry, right? So command save to the canonical registry. So this will be like the real block, and the other variables that point to them, like this one, these will be temporarily. So what I must make sure that, for example, I don't save into this variable and then read from it on the next frame. That will be a big problem, because then someone could save the game and load it, and then it would be broken. So I need to keep that in mind. But again, that's like that's to prevent some bugs with saving and loading. Way too complicated for now. Anyway, block destroy. Yeah, clear the text, clear the image, and clear it from the registry. So we get the name. This would be bad. So this, and then block ID. Concat, and then delete, right? I mean, is this delete or is it the bad command? Okay, it seems it works. Okay, let's continue. Okay, remove registry. Well, this is just so that it doesn't clutter the memory into infinity. So let's add a new function called block get. Int block gets block by ID, and this, as you could get, just reads this register. Very simple. Block, and block ID goes, because I'm too lazy, swap concat, and then read from. Well, that was simple. And then block set next. So block. If we got two blocks, this will set the. So the second block will be the next block of the first block. Right? Easy enough. So let's save it to BC next and BC block. And all you need to do is we need to set the BC block, right? So BC block block next, and then set list element to PC next, block, hang on, block ID, come on, okay, whatever, get list, not count, get list element, right? Oh, this is getting so annoying. Okay, so this just moves them visually, right? I don't really care about that. What I do care about is that push 5, push 6, set block, block set next, right? And for push 6, the next block will be the add block. Add block. Okay, now we are getting somewhere. Okay, so I think that I am ready. Okay, this goes back into the advanced file. You will soon understand why. To do the hard work, right? So let's do execute. Well, this is the question. Do I want to execute block by block? Because imagine, I definitely want a function that can execute a block without saving and loading the stack. But how should I call that function? Well, I can easily make two functions, something like wrap and unwrap stack, and then I need a function that will crawl over the blocks and function that will execute the block. So execute block assumes the simulated stack is on the real stack. So this will be important that when this function is called, on top of the stack will be the block, but the rest of the stack will be the simulated stack. You have probably no idea what I'm talking about, but whatever. Execute block. You will see soon enough what I'm talking about. So this is safe, and now the real stack, I mean the simulated stack is on the real stack, right? So what do we want to do? Well, we need to, I mean, this will like to do like completely rework this function basically, right? Anyhow, for now we will just do eb block command, a get list element into eb command, and then eb command push equal if and if, and then eb command add equal if and if, and maybe a warning, but again this will get a rework, so no need to add a warning. So if the push command is called, we just push the constant from the data, from the block, right? And if the add command is add, we just add the numbers on stack. So remember, since the real stack is now on the stack, we can just modify the stack when we are executing the block. Makes sense. So next I want two commands called save stack and load stack. So save stacks will put the stack into the stack block. And this loads the stack from the stack block onto the real stack. Now what I said before is that the 0th element in the stack block is the topmost element of the stack. So if I'm saving the stack, I can just push the stack values into the block. I'm bad at explaining, sorry. So create list. Again, let's use the EB prefix for the execution. Well, so the BC is like for the blocks, and EB will be for the execution. Just if I had the different prefix everywhere, then I would get confused. So we have the stack. How do you get stack size? So get stack size, no. Hang on, how do you get the stack size? Come on. Control F stack manipulation, stack size. So why wasn't it hinted to me? Oh, who cares? So not equal 0. I actually want a while here, right? While stack size is not equal to 0, do repeat here and the while here, right? So what now? I'm a little bit confused, sorry. Yes. Also, the while repeat and while will look really nice in the diagram, but as I said, there's no way I can get to actual flow control commands today. No way. So too bad. That will have to wait for another video. But let's finish this simple example for now. It will be fun. Maybe I will even get to variables, but it's like half an hour to midnight, so I don't think so, unfortunately. But maybe, you know, who knows. If it will go nicely, maybe I will get to vary. Anyway, stack size is not equal to 0, repeat. So I want to do is I want to append to the stack, right? So EB stack, swap, and then append to list. Come on! Why doesn't it hint it to me? The hinting is broken. Okay, so the stack is now saved in the EB stack. So we now set it into the stack block. So stack block, and remember, I will need to reload this from the canonical register on awake. So let's a little to do. Reload this from canonical register on awake. Again, to get around the load save bug. I mean, when I get to implement this, I will show you how the bug works, like without this fix, how it gets broken when you save and load the game, and then I will fix it. That will be interesting. Okay, anyhow, for the data is just the stack, right? So I can do, what can I do here? I forgot. Oh yes, block, data, and then EB stack will just get saved here. That's fine. So set list element. So load stack will need to be the opposite. So stack will get EB stack. So get list element will go into EB stack. Okay, now what do I need to do? Now the first element of the stack needs to be on top. So I will need to append it. I mean I will need to put it on the stack last. So I will need to go over this stack in the reverse order. Now that's a huge problem but that's fine. Now how do I do that? I guess I save the count into another variable. Or do I? I guess I do. Get list count. Again, I can do in one sub even into EB count 1 because it is one lower. So what I need to do now is EB count 1 add 0 do. Now we are asking, well, why did I subtract 1 only to add it here? Well, this is why, right? So EB stack well, the question is, can I leave it on top of the stack? No, probably. Because I'm adding values to the stack. So if I leave it on top of the stack, then I would need to duplicate it, add the value, and then swap it. Well, that's actually possible. But will it be any better? Who cares? I mean, this is so ineffective that improving the effectivity slightly will not help much. So, nah. Also, the load stack function should be called only once per frame at most, so it doesn't need to be super effective. One add do EB stack. Yeah, that is the save stack, right? So then I need the index. The index will be EB count 1 I subtract. So I would need to do one subtract here every time. So instead I do one add here once and one subtract here for the second time, which is better if the stack size is 2 or more. I mean, it's breaking even if the stack size is 2, worse if it's less than 2 and better if it's higher than 2. And the higher than 2 it gets, the more better it gets, so I chose this. Talk about not needing to make this effective. Anyhow, get list element. And again, I can just leave it on the stack and no need to save here anything. So here comes the grand finale. Execute program. Okay, this will 100% get redone, but it will get the first block as the parameter and nothing as return. So how will this work? Good question. Well, you start by loading the stack onto the real stack, and you end by saving the stack. Right? Makes sense. And in the meantime, you need to execute. So how? This function will be calling the execute block function, so I should not use the EB namespace. So let's call it EP, execute program. Like EB block will be the current block. So, and here in the meantime I do Why? Or you know what? Hang on, that's I am. You know what? I think this function needs to get a block that will have the next block as the first block of the execution. Because that's how it will work anyway, right? You will have right block start, and from the start you draw arrow, and it will even get made simple. So where is the create start block? So the create start block will be similar. Create start block. So block, and this will be the same as instead of special it will be start, because you can make a connection from the start block to something, but you cannot make a connection to the start block, right? So start create list. Oh, no, this will actually not have anything as parameter. So BC start. So for the text, it can remain start, that's well. The size can stay the same, except the color will be green, because this is the start. So we get a green color. And that's it. Easy function. So BC start return. So create start block will go into start block. So I guess this doesn't need an argument then. So start block will go into EP block then. EP last block, EP block. Yeah, sure. Okay, block get, we will need something. We will need this, but instead of getting the block, we will need to check if it exists. So block exists, boolean checks if block with ID exists. So concat, and instead of reading, I will check if it exists. Simple. So while EP block next block exists. No, hang on, I will need a next ID instead of keeping the block here. So start block next, get list element into EP next ID. Perfect. So EP next ID add block exists. Perfect. I mean not bracket here. Repeat and while. So we will use this next ID to add block get into EP block And then when we end, we will use EP block. And then block next get list element into EP next ID. Now this will go over the blocks, and finally when we are on the block, we want to EP block add block execute. Where is this? Why is it called just execute block? Okay, just call execute block. Okay. Will this work? Let's find out. I mean, right now it will not do anything because the start block isn't hooked to anything. You can imagine like a start block being here. Hang on, let's actually move the other blocks down. So everything moves down, and the start block will move here, right? So let's see how it looks. Compile. Oh, the start is blue and this is here. What? I'm gonna create start block. Oh, I said BC stack instead of BC start. Okay, that's a mistake. Wait, why is there 0 and why is here 0? Nothing doesn't work. Okay, init indexes. Oh, I forgot to call init constants. Oh, is that why the text alignment didn't work? Wait, so if I try the text alignment now it will work? No, it didn't work regardless. Okay, no problem. So we have the start, then we push 5, then we push 6, and then we push out, right? So why don't we see anything here? Because the start isn't linked to the push 5. So we need to link start block into push 5 and add block, set next, and drum rolls please. Ta-da! Wow, amazing. It just took me how much? 2 hours maybe to do this. What I write in 2 seconds took 2 hours. But hey, it works, right? So what next? I could either add the function to move the blocks around. I could add the variable block. That would be fun. But that would also need a variable display and such, and it's almost midnight. So do I do the variables first? Or do I do something else? I thought about reusing the push 6 block to push another 6 and reusing the add to add again, but that would be disastrous. Then I thought about cloning it, and that would be disastrous as well. So yeah, you need to. If you need to add twice in the code, you need actually to add blocks. So then we add 7, and then we add again. Add 2. You cannot reuse the same add block. I mean, you wouldn't write it like this, so that will be fine. Let's just push 7, add 1, add 2, negative 100, negative 200, let's just have some fun with it. So add will get hooked to add to push 7. I mean add 1. And push 7 will get hooked to add 2. So now it should do 5 plus 6 plus 7. So let's see if it works. Compile all. Oh, it just gets stuck. And it gets broken. Okay, so I did something wrong. Let's see what happened. Oh, I saved this to push 6. So that's why everything broke. Let's try again. And we see 18 and we see 11 spammed here. Okay, so let's see where is trace. Here, hello. Oh, right. That's fine. Okay, well, let's do step-by-step execution. That should be more fun. Also, let's remove the last command. So we will see the 11 and then just 7 and not added together to 18. Yeah, and 7 is on top, so that works. So I think I have time to do the step-by-step example. So again, why not just do this, right? Right, like I can write this in 5 seconds. So why like waste time with like 200 something lines of code? And this is why. Because of the step-by-step execution. So let me show you how the step-by-step execution works. And here at the start, start block will be saved into current block. And then here, I do basically this, but a little bit different. So I ask, let's first delay for 30 seconds. I know you shouldn't delay, and there will be no delay in the final version. Mostly because to detect clicks, and I mean clicks aren't that bad, but detecting key typing with delay is really bad. So no delay in the final form. But for now it is fine. So 30 delay. And then we do similar thing to this. So current block, I mean using this is fine. And then instead of while we just do if. So block exists. Then I need to do something like load stack save stack, and then in the middle do something like this. Actually, you know what, if I'm doing one block at a time, I can load stack save stack exactly around the execute command. So this should execute it one block at a time. I'm not sure if it will, but let's give it a try. So it goes straight to 80. Oh, that's because I still call execute program here. Okay, and of course, after I'm done, I need to set stack text here. So now it should work. Yeah, let's see. So we start with empty, then we push 5, then we push 5 again, and then we push 5 again. Okay, so maybe it's stuck on 5, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, we of course, instead of saving this into next ID like this, we need to save this into the current block. Of course, in awake, like again, like reload on awake. Actually, I could show you right now how it breaks when you save and load the game, but I don't know if the bug would be visible here. So maybe not 5, 6, 11, and to 18. So that was maybe a little bit too fast. Plus these traces here get tracers from Overwatch go get in the way. Anyway, height trace lock and height trace lock here as well. So now let's also add a longer delay so it's clear what is going on. So now let's see. 5, 6, 11 and 7 is 18. Wow, amazing. Okay. See, what if we do add here instead? Just 5 plus nothing. Okay, let's not mess with it just now. First, the delay is too long. And second, let's change the color of the block being executed. So first, let's change the color of the current block to blue. It just loads the block, then change this color to blue. So block image. Oh, not like this, like this. So get list element. So how do I get blue again? Oh, I need to start with cell here, right? Like so, and red, green, blue. Set image color and set the color of the new block to green, because that will be now active block. So red, green, blue, and don't forget visibility. And let's see if this works. So start, push 5, push 6, add, push 7, and add again. Wow, okay, let's do subtract there in the as the last command. I'm getting too hyped for this. I'm getting too excited. Okay, subtract here, subtract, and let's see, compile all, and let's go. So start 5, 6, add, push 7, subtract. Wow, amazing, absolutely amazing. Maybe another window with like a last start would work. So let's save this and let's make a GIF out of this, because this is too good to pass up. So that I will first need to go into not full screen, and then I will need to open the GIF making thingy that I have here. This. Okay. So I need to go into recompile, and as soon as I click this, it will start. Let's actually start with this. So this goes over here. Let's record it like this. That's fine. Just so a little bit of the background is visible. And record into bar 30. Now once I click this save here, oh, it's already going. Hang on, stop. Once I click the save, it is going, right? It will do confirm, and once I click yes, it will start listening. So I need to click yes and then immediately unpause this. then let it flow, and now stop it. Okay, let's post it on Imugur, because Discord still has spasm when you upload GIF there, I believe. So images, hang on, what is the stream quality like? Well, OBS says it's okay, so let's hope the bitrate isn't too low. Hang on, my boss said he would call me when the internet would be done, but hasn't called it. It's already midnight. Well, I hope he has the correct number for me. Hang on, I will just write him an email, and I don't want you to see his address, so if you will excuse me for a minute, you can still see the face come up. Hang on, let's just compose. There we go. Okay, sent. Perfect. So, sorry for the delay. I can now enable the video again. So let's upload the GIF. So where is it? Images, GIF test, I believe. It is sorted by name. It doesn't look like that. GIF test here. It is for bar 13, I believe. So again, let's not. Oh, this starts like Oh, it starts already at push 5 or something. So let's do. Yeah, let's do just a delay here at the start for additional 60 seconds, so that I have time to record it. Just writing code so that if I unpause it, then I have time to pause it, set it up, and then it will get going. Okay, so compile all, unpause it, pause it, then record, save, yes, and unpause, and then let's go. So go away, stop, and stop. Now let's see how it works. So let's do a new post. Just spamming their server. Nothing to see. Oh, come on! Why was it so fast at the start? Just. Okay, it needs a longer delay. Let's go 150. Okay, so script compile. Also, let's remove this so I have easier time clicking this. So unit script compile. Let's say this as well. Oh, I know what to do. So I do this and then edit map, and it should be fine. So record. I don't want that too long. Okay. Yes, and unpause. So now there should be enough weight at the start. So subtract and stop. Now let's see what's up. Oh, someone is actually watching. Amazing. Programming language for the runs. Loud clapping. Did you want to say translation? It will not translate to CRPL, but it definitely can. The biggest problem is that CRPL has no way to write into a file, so it There's no print command like CRPL, so it's hard, if not impossible, to write into a file. But yeah, basically, like this is easily how do you call it, translatable into CRPL. So let's make a new post again, and let's go this way. So start 5, 6, add to get 11, push, and subtract to get 4. Perfect. Yeah, I can't wait. You should probably initialize your variable. Yeah. Everyone makes 6. Until you get stuck on the sorry, I definitely spelled that wrong. Anyway, it is friendly or okay, so here we go. Let's just see the GIF again, because this is the highlight of this theme. Like it's already after midnight. Like I'm not doing anything after this. So start, push 5, push 6, add them together, push 7, and subtract. Or you know what? I can add the variables in, at least variable read and variable write. But then I need the variable display menu. And for that I need like variable registry. Do I really want to do it? Well, I think not today. Because as I said, well, it was already too long. So next time maybe move the blocks around and maybe add option to join the blocks. So now the blocks were just moved here by force, if you will. They were joined by force, and even what blocks it was by force, and what the constants were inside was by force as well. So at least some of these make it possible, and the execution was by force again also. So the user didn't like click next, click next when they wanted to. The execution went on its own. So that's one thing to add, the improvement here. The other thing to add would be maybe another window with alt stack. So you see the stack before the subtract function and after. Now you only see the after. Maybe interesting would be a go back command, because in CRPL you can't really go back, but in this it would be little to no problem to go back. You would just need a backlink on the block, and you can go back. Hang on, let me think if this would be a big problem. Well, the best way would be to just keep the history. Like if you have add command and you go back behind it, you know that the result was 11. But was it 5 plus 6 or 2 plus 9 or -1 plus 12? You don't know, you just know the result was 11. So if you want a back button, then that would need a stack history. And variable history as well, like if you write 5 into variable A, like how do you know what was there before it? You don't. So it would need a stack history and a variable history, which could take a lot of memory. But if you like only remember last 10 steps. So you can go back in history like only 10 commands or something like that. I think that would be neat, like if you have like one line that's complicated, players can go over it and then back over it and back. I mean, it would be neat if you could like put the blocks next to each other. Like if you write commands like this, then you would just put the blocks next to each other and the blocks on the next line. Like you would literally put the commands here, like you would in code here. That would be fun. But yeah, as I said, new commands like variables and stuff definitely to be added, and most importantly the flow commands. I mean the flow commands. Yeah, those will be hard. So let's see, save. And that's it. So menu leave. How do you leave? Just leave. Okay, I guess that's right. So let's share the link because why not? And pretty cool. Okay, I think it's time to end the stream. So let's get the link again. And stream and this link. And thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.